വലിയ അനീതിക്കെതിരെയുള്ള കലാപമാണിത്.
Welcome to our video about the top 10 Mollywood movies of 2022. Mollywood, also known as the Malayalam film industry, is one of the most vibrant and exciting in the world, known for its diverse and compelling stories. And this year we have seen some truly outstanding films that have captured the hearts of audience everywhere. So without further ado, let's take a look at the top 10 Mollywood movies of 2022, starting with number 10, Bhishma Parvam. This Mollywood action thriller film, produced and directed by Amal Neerath, has Mammootty in the lead role. It also has an ensemble supporting cast including actors like Saubin Sahir, Srinath Basi and Shainton Chako. The story of the movie is about Michael, who is the third son of Anjuti family in Kochi. He inspires fear and respect through his unnerving past. But when a few younger members of his household feel that his power over their lives is too much to bear, they join forces with their enemies to bring him down. This is a film that is careful to set its pace in a balanced and engaging way while organically establishing the characters and their backgrounds, their places in the family tree and more with ease. The cinematography is fantastic and the visuals are captured beautifully by Anand C. Chandran. The choreography of the stunts is also very impressive and adds to the thrill of the movie. The music by Sushin Shyam is also noteworthy and elevates the feel of the proceedings. There are also some notable performances by Nedumudi Venu and KPSC Lalitha that might trigger nostalgia for some viewers. The movie was originally planned as a sequel to Big B, but due to the pandemic, it got delayed and they decided to make a small-scale film instead. At number 9, Kuman. The investigative thriller may be filmmaker Jeetu Joseph's most familiar territory, but what keeps the interest alive is the major thread with the vindictive character played expertly by Asif Ali. Giri demonstrates a twisted criminal nature of thought by nursing a grudge and growing it into something large enough to exact revenge. He is nevertheless a police officer with an unusually sharp mind. This aspect of his personality carries the key to Jeetu Joseph Kuman, producing his most intriguing threat. A police officer who harbors a grudge and acts on it can pose a serious threat to the non-uniformed persons around him. When his rage shifts towards a superior officer, he must be a little more inventive in exacting his payback. Giri's creativity is rather daring for a police officer, and that is precisely what makes it thrilling. The investigation piques our interest, yet the conclusion does not surprise us. The script also takes a long time to conclude the proceedings, even once the name of the perpetrator is revealed. These lengthy passages do lessen the effect of the film. Despite some of these flaws, Kuman is a gratifying experience thanks to its rich narrative and Asif Ali's disciplined performance. Hridayam, a coming-of-age romantic drama film written and directed by Avinit Srinivasan.
ഇതെനിക്കും ഉണ്ടായിട്ടുണ്ട്, but I meant any special someone ആരെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നോ അങ്ങനെ?
This movie tells a story of a young man and his journey of self-discovery and love. It's a relatable story that many people can connect with. The film is carefully crafted and it is a coming-of-age story that is both heartwarming and emotional. The film is structured as many stages of Arun Neelakantan's life that have formed him into the man he is now. Rather than relying on a proper plot, the script takes us on a journey through Arun's life, beginning with his turbulent years at an engineering college in Chennai and ending with his life as a married man. Darshana, with whom Arun falls in love early on during their college days, occupies nearly as much space in the story. The cinematography and the background score both adds to the overall feel of the movie and helps in immersing the audience into the story. A significant flaw in the film is its 172-minute running duration. At a time when college students rarely get to explore their campus or develop friendships, Hridayam provides its version of a joyful campus life as well as an opportunity for those who miss it to recollect about their youthful days. The film has won 2 Kerala State Film Awards for Best Film with Popular Appeal and Aesthetic Value and Best Music Director.
എനിക്ക് നിന്നോട് പറയാനുള്ളത് നീ എന്നോട് പറഞ്ഞു തന്നെ. I fell in love with you the moment I saw you.
Coming at number 7, Tallumala. It's not always clear where one fight ends and another begins. Every action, or rather every scene in the film, either leads to a fight or has something to do with the fallout from a prior fight. In short, Tallumala delivers to its audience what the titles promise: long string of fights. Director Khalid Rahman does not follow the typical storyline by presenting us a protagonist and antagonist with a major problem dividing them, and putting a heroine into the mix to bring a bit of femininity to a normally testosterone-fueled cowboy action movie. Instead, the film attempts to depict the ideals and lifestyles of today's fast-paced youth. Aside from the outstanding stunt choreography, the colors in the film stands out. Tallumala's frames were brightly colored, contributing to the brilliance of the action sequences. Tallumala doesn't have anything to offer in terms of plot, but Mohsin Parari and Ashraf Hamza, the writers of the movie, expertly build up tension until everything exploded and anarchy erupted. Tovino and Shine's performances as well as the supporting characters add to the building tension, leaving you expecting the first ride. Each stunt has a unique concept. We have stunt sequence in a movie theater, a moving car and a wedding venue. The cinematography and the editing in each sequence make the fight stylish and sleek. The action sequence in the theater is one of the best stunt sequences in recent history. At number 6, Janaganamana. As the gruesome death of a college professor causes student unrest, a cop conducts an investigation as a lawyer seeks justice in court. Cold-blooded killings disguised as police encounters are not uncommon in our nation, and they are frequently hailed as quick justice. Dijo Jose Antony's Janaganamana starring Prithviraj Sukumaran and Suraj Veñaramur show why and how phony encounters are doing a damage to society, as well as how politicians exploit our emotions through the same. It draws on a variety of recent headline-grabbing occurrences to make insightful remarks about the many evil afflicting the country. Prithviraj Sukumaran delivers powerful dialogue that resonates throughout the film and the courtroom, but where Janaganamana shines out is in how it dares to be bolder in its statements. Not long ago, Prithviraj and Suraj appeared in Lal Jr.'s sharply written and exquisitely directed Driving License. That picture was an exceptional addition to the new Malayalam film wave, from which some of the best Indian film of the last decade originated. Janaganamana is a brave movie that is not afraid to tackle sensitive and important issues. It is a film that is not just entertaining, but also thought-provoking, and it is a must-watch for anyone who wants to understand the issues of our society.
കാരണം ഈ രാജ്യം ഒരുത്തന്റെയും തന്തയുടെ വകയല്ല, ഇത് നമ്മുടെ രാജ്യമാണ്.
Jai 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 Hai, a comedy drama film directed by Vipin Das and starring Darshana Rajendran and Basil Joseph. The film is about a girl named Jaya who seems like a spoiled youngster but is actually a girl who has no freedom. The patriarchal individuals in her life treat her like a possession and no one cares about her situation. When she finds herself in an abusive marriage, she has to fight for her survival. The film is a dangerous subject because it does not fit into a particular genre, and it's a powerful commentary on the patriarchal society we live in. The tone of the film alternates between over-the-top comedy and slice of life, which is difficult to achieve. The screenplay, direction and acting all have equal power dynamics in the film, and nothing seeks to dominate. The film makes a point, makes you laugh, but never at the abused but at the abuser. The humor in the film is intelligent and you never laugh at the wrongs, but at the dilemma of the abuser when he has to taste his own medicine. The film is a classic example of how to make a message while amusing. Despite the fact that Jai 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 Hai follows Jaya's development, Rajesh remains the film's central character. The film is not only about how much transformation Jaya goes through, but also about how men like Rajesh never change no matter what.
Happy അല്ലേ?
Ennathan Kesuvodu is a satire film written and directed by Radish Balakrishna Pudwal.
എല്ലാ മൂല കാരണക്കാരൻ മന്ത്രിയാണ്.
മന്ത്രി ഞാൻ റോഡിൽ വന്നിട്ട് കൊയ്യു കുത്തിനാ.
The main character Kochumal Rajivan is a petty criminal who falls in love with a Tamil laborer Devi and decides to turn his life around and start working as a laborer. But an innocent act of self-defense leads to him being accused of theft and arrested. The overarching aspect of Ennathan Kesuvodu is his insightful political criticism presented with a light touch among other things by documenting the passage of time through the growing price of petrol in India. It is one of India's finest and funniest modern political satires. Radish has done an incredible job of handpicking each performer in the cast. They all appear to fit into their parts and produce a genuinely lively performance which we don't get from popular celebs.
Sorry, you continue.
Flow boy, ഞാൻ നിർത്തുന്നു. That's all.
Next up at number 3, Saudi Balaka. Saudi Balaka is a thought-provoking film that delves into the societal issues of accountability and the Indian legal system. The story is set in a colony in which where a group of children accidentally hit an elderly passerby with their cricket ball. One of the boys, Abhilash, is beaten by an angry Aisha Rawata and suffers a fracture. The boy's family files a complaint against Aisha, and as the case progresses, she withdraws from her family and retreats into a shell. The film is directed by Tarun Murthy and stars Devi Verma and Lukman in outstanding performances. The court scenes are cleverly portrayed, providing a satirical take on the Indian legal system without going over the top. The first half of the film may be slow, but the second half picks up with a more dramatic and emotional tone. Courtroom itself plays a role in the film. The old case files, court canteen, lawyers, incidents on the court grounds, and Aisha's frequent bus ride to court reflect the exhausting process of battling a legal case in India. Overall, Saudi Velaka is a solid film that delivers a powerful message without the need for big stars or flashy banners.
ഗോപിനാഥാ ഓ നമ്മൾ 2000 രൂപ പെറ്റി അടയ്ക്കണോ അതോ 10,000 രൂപ മുടക്കി കേസ് നീട്ടിക്കൊണ്ട് പോകണോ ഏതാ വേണ്ടേ
വേറൊരു വഴിയില്ലെങ്കിൽ പെറ്റടക്കാൻ.
Coming in at number 2, Rorschach. This psychological thriller film by Nizam Bashir directs the picture in such a way that the revenge perspective is never forced upon you, and it never confines itself into a single genre. Because everything is grey, you never truly get to be on anyone's side throughout the film. Despite the fact that Mammootty's look is out for vengeance for what happened to his family, the film's uncertain tone makes it tough to take his hand and cheer for him. Rorschach is in a nutshell a revenge thriller, but that is only touching the surface of the subject. Nizam Bashir and Samir delve much deeper into the human psyche. Mammootty brilliantly captured the psychological state of a guy filled with unfathomable hatred. Luke Anthony's life is immobilized, much like his car, which has smashed into a tree just off the road and refuses to move. Bindu Panikkar is another actor who shines as brightly as, if not brighter than, Mammootty. Her character metamorphosis is dizzying, especially the final disclosure that reveals the source of this incomprehensible agony and suffering. Overall, the film provides the ultimate adrenaline rush only a theatre experience can bring. Aside from the storyline, direction and performances, what makes this picture more electrifying are Nimish Ravi's cinematography, Kiran Das's sharp cuts, and Mithun Mukundan's music, which sets dark and different moods in the film and even has a subtle effect on the audience. This one is definitely worth watching. And finally, at number 1 on our list, we have Mukundanuni Associates.
മുകുന്ദനുണ്ട്.
Mukundanuni Associates is a dark comedy drama film directed by Abhinav Sundar Nayak. The film centers around Mukundanuni, a struggling junior advocate who has a complex personality and is willing to take illegal shortcuts to achieve success. The film is told from Unni's perspective, providing insight into his thoughts and actions. He adores violence and bloodshed, and he also murdered his grandfather Mukundanuni, who sounds like the lawyer in Meesha Madhavan.
Advocate Mukundanuni, ida quote.
The first-person narrative puts us inside Unni's head, giving us access to all of his thoughts, anxieties, joyful moments, next move, and assessment of everyone he meets. Mukundanuni Associates is also the most visually creative film from Mollywood since Tallumala. It thinks about the presentation just as much as it does on the performances. Film is undoubtedly one of the best films to have been released in Malayalam industry in the past year, and with the picture gaining new wings thanks to the OTT streaming, it has reached a wider audience and received greater acclaim. It's dark, tasty, and quite straightforward about how to spend your life. A well-executed satire and is a must-watch. We hope this video gave you a taste of the diverse and captivating films that Mollywood has to offer. Whether you are a fan of romantic dramas, action-packed thrillers, or thought-provoking comedies, there is something for everyone in the world of Mollywood. We can't wait to see what this vibrant and thriving industry has in store for the future. Thanks for watching. See you on our next video.